Today, we're ranking the top 15 point guards in NBA history. All time. So we wanted to do this series this offseason, not just because we haven't done the series yet and we felt like it would be a good series, but also because Cam has this insane take that Pascal Siakam is already a top 15 power forward of all time. We will get there eventually. That'll be the fourth video in this series. So you guys will have to wait on that, see where he puts him.
Over some crazy names, I'm already assuming.
Spicy. That's all I got to say. But we can't get to that right now. We got to work on the guys up top. The guys orchestrating it all, holding on to the balls, making sure.
Pause. What? Whoa. You can't tell me that's a reach.
Time out.
You can't tell me that was a reach, bro.
Ref, time out.
The basketballs, y'all. Come on now.
I did that shit on purpose.
I thought we were adults. I didn't know we were still in preschool. No. My bad.
Don't start with this.
No, you did that on purpose.
We're talking about the game of basketball. Okay. Point guards handle the rock. And, we're going to rank the best ball passers. So, without further
see, why are you laughing? We didn't even say anything. You know what you're doing.
Because a stupid look Zach has. Like, why are you looking at me like that, bro?
Because he wanted to say ball handlers, and he refrained from saying that because he knew you were going to say something.
All right, Cam, why don't you start with your 15th favorite ball handler of all time?
A ball passer? Okay.
Oh, we're going down.
Yeah, we're starting with 15.
Oh, we're going 15-1.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
More suspense that way.
From the top to the bottom. That's usually how I like to do it. I guess we can start from the bottom.
I didn't need to know all that. That's too much information, man.
Yo.
I didn't know you could trade off when you're doing it like that. I thought you're usually just top or bottom. You're opening my mind up here, Cam, to things I didn't know before. So.
Open up anything. I do not want to open up anything.
Arman's about to have himself a night.
Sounds like Cam had himself a night.
Yes, thinking up of all these point guards that I'm going to list. Speaking of which, at number 15, the Detroit Piston, a gritty guy, as the franchise is known for. I had to add him on there. Give me the Trailblazers head coach.
Oh, okay. I thought we were starting the list with Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, I did too.
I was gonna go crazy. Okay.
Chauncey, really?
Chauncey 15. I'm gonna have to see who you have him. Who else made it? Because I don't have Chauncey in my top 15. I would have thought about him maybe top 20, but 15 feels like a bit of a stretch for me.
25 is when we get to Chauncey. I really thought an Isaiah Thomas drop was coming at 15. I was really about to walk away from here. I was gonna be like, "There's no way."
I was gonna be like, "Video's over. We're done. The show's over." I did see somebody in the Discord, because I asked the Discord about it. They put their list in, and they said Isaiah Thomas at 10, which I thought was, spoilers, but I thought was a little low even for 10. So
you don't know balls, man. You don't know balls.
We know you know balls.
Basketballs, yes.
Yeah, totally. What did you think of?
That's what I thought.
Okay. Zach, who's your number 15?
At number 15... And he may be on your list, he may not. It's maybe too low. I do have Damian Lillard. His career has been great, but ultimately it hasn't led to winning, especially this past couple of years with Milwaukee and getting waived. He had a great stint in Portland. Just didn't turn out to wins. But individual talent, I think he's amazing.
I don't hate it at all. I think he's a great talent, but ultimately he never really proved it in the playoffs, which unfortunately for him, because I don't think teams were built around him properly. But so you never got that chance. Not. But to be an all-time great, you need to kind of prove it in the playoffs. So,
well, and I don't think Dame Dollar really struggled in the playoffs per se. It's just he didn't get much from anybody else.
Yeah, that's fair. That's for sure fair. But to build that legacy, you need to have deep playoff runs, and he didn't get the chance. But I think having him as a talent, top 15 all time, is fair completely. I don't have him at number 15. At number 15, I have a guy that did prove it in the playoffs, even if it was many decades ago in my childhood. Obviously, people may be mad about me having him at all on this list. I feel like you guys will, but people might be mad that I have him this low. I'm 15. I had to at least put Bob Cousy on the list because he's an MVP, but we know it's some BS.
That's crazy.
Dude, some people have him like top 5 point guards of all time.
80-year-olds. Nobody in this generation knows who Bob Cousy is.
Well, I am 86, so.
That is true, and that makes sense that you and everybody else in the Shady Oaks retirement home talks about Bob Cousy.
Yeah,
but
so
other than that,
look, man, I'm not going to be able to get my Jell-O cup in the lunch line if you don't let me put Bob Cousy at least on the list, okay? So clear me of this one. He was an MVP, all right? He was crossing those plumbers up.
The crazy part is he wasn't even hooping where there was lines on the basketball. It's still leather. It was a leather ball when he was playing.
No 3-point line at all.
They were playing on a damn fruit basket.
I don't think he's that old.
Naismith was patting him on the shoulder like, you're the herald of the game. Yeah. You're going to take it to the next level. Yeah, I've never seen some basketballing like this, Bobby. I've never seen it in my life.
I had to at least put him, but he's out of the way. Do you guys even have him on your list?
No.
Cam?
He's not done yet because at 14, I got Bob Cousy, baby.
I had a feeling Cam might have him the way he reacted.
The fruit basket baller. Don't play with that man. There may not have been lines on the ball, but he was crossing lines through the defense.
All of that, I'm going to have to use your camera's audio because you were talking so loud. It was peaking the mic so bad.
It was on mine too.
I'm going to I'll put the fixed audio in for initially, but I'm going to plug into the YouTube video the audio that we just heard right now.
Basket baller. Don't play with that man. There may not have been lines on the ball.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad I didn't have Bob Cousy the highest. You have no excuse. You're not 86 years old like me. So what's your excuse for having Bob Cousy that high?
You got to respect your elders, and sometimes that means just putting them on a pedestal, giving a nod to the old guys like yourself. Just because you're a fruit basket baller doesn't mean you didn't reap the fruits of victory. And he did.
No.
Well, obviously,
spoiler alert. There's no Bob Cousy. There's no Lenny Wilkins. There's no Pete Maravich on my list because all of them in this day and age would be the 11th man on a roster if they even made the team. Let's be real.
They would make the team. But you got to adjust a little bit for the times, man. You got to adjust a little bit for the times.
We'll save that for the real greats when we continue this series and we get to the Bill Russells of the world. Then we can have those conversations of guys that maybe could have translated down the line. Bob Cousy, kick rocks. You're not on my list. I don't care.
All right. Well,
so at 14.
Well, I was going to say, because I wanted to relate it back to yours in the same way that Cam took my number 15, put him at 14. I have your number 15, Damian Lillard, at number 14. I do think he's that much of a talent that he would have translated any era, of course, because of his shooting. It's unfortunate because he didn't get a chance to prove it in deep playoff runs because the teams around him were never that great. But ultimately, that's what builds your legacy, and that's why he's lower than some guys that talent-wise, I think he is better than all time.
Obviously, I had him at 15, so I don't disagree. But at 14, I do have another current player who I think, when it is all said and done, will be a lot higher on this list. Granted, you might call this a little bit of a cheat code because what position is he really? Cameron, shut your mouth. What position is he really? He plays basketball. He's really positionless. But at number 14, I do have Luka Doncic. I think he is similar to Dame. Very talented wise. Dame had a questionable, maybe he was the best player in the league. He's never an MVP. Luka, I think, has already had a year of saying, okay, he's the best, but Jokic's numbers were just too crazy. He didn't win MVP. I think when it's all said and done, Luka will be a lot higher. But at 14, right now where it sits, I do have Luka Doncic.
To me, and obviously this will bear out in my list, I think that's a little low, to be honest. If we're considering everything, he still has made, I think, 5 or 6 all-NBA teams. Probably should have won an MVP or definitely could have with the numbers that he put up. Even if the career is shorter, that's better than a lot of guys that are coming up on my list. So I think you kind of underrated him just because he's a little younger. But
I did, and also because a lot of these other guys that may not have eclipsed the championship yet also have a little bit more to their resume than Luka does now. But you do have a good point of 5 NBA teams already.
Well, at 13, he crosses, he puts you on your... Wait, I can't say that. Let me hold on. I was about to say something crazy. let me. He crisses, he crosses, he breaks your ankles. He's known as the greatest ball handler of all time. Nobody handles balls like him. Hey, yo. Give me Kyrie Irving.
I love that pick, and I knew it was coming as soon as you said Chris Crosses, because at number 13, I as well have Mr. Kyrie Irving.
Really?
I do. The one championship has solidified him over the other names we've said.
I just don't think. Look, he was what I was considering for number 15. If we're being real, I do think he's better than Bob Cousy, but I put Bob Cousy in just because people would get upset. But to me, I don't think the one championship alongside LeBron, and that run was amazing, but Damian Lillard to me is clearly career-wise better than Kyrie Irving. No one championship has done more for one player than that one championship did for Kyrie Irving's legacy. Damian Lillard is purely a better player than Kyrie Irving ever was.
I disagree.
But how?
That's probably true.
Yes,
Kyrie
if we're
Irving
talking
had
about-
like 2-3 years as the best player, and his team like folded every single time.
Yeah, and then that one of those years where he was the best player, he gets injured, and then the Celtics still go to the conference finals. I'm sorry, but Kyrie Irving is great because of highlight reels. He's great because of that one playoff run, but he has never been the guy for as long as Damian Lillard was. He does not have the raw stats that Damian Lillard ever had, the accolades like all-star and all-NBA wise that Damian Lillard has. And we know, seriously, be honest, you know if Damian Lillard was on that team with LeBron James, he's doing the same thing, if not better. You know that to be true.
I don't know. I don't know. We never got to see it.
You do know that to be true. All right, so
I don't, because young Dame had, now granted it was a phased out LaMarcus Aldridge, but it was an up and coming Nick Batum. They had a really, really good trio in Portland and could not get it done.
Hey, don't
and I'm
forget
not
Wes
saying
Matthews.
for like 1 or 2 years before Aldridge left, but Damian Lillard was like in year 2. That's not the same.
and it sucks because it's really not Dame's fault. But also at the same time, you got to tell it what it is, not what it could have been. The reality situation is Dame never got to the pinnacle.
The reality of the situation is purely as a player, Damian Lillard is a better player. We don't give
I disagree.
but we don't say Robert Horry is the best just because he got to the pinnacle and Damian Lillard didn't, right? We have to take everything into context, and context is Damian Lillard just was better. He was a number one player more often, was more successful as the number one player than Kyrie Irving.
Well, also, I think if you put Kyrie Irving in Portland, Kyrie is the number one guy alongside CJ McCollum. Now, do they have the same success? We don't know. I disagree. I think Dame's a better scorer. Kyrie's a better facilitator. I think Kyrie's a better finisher. Defense, take your pick. Scoring from deep range, you take Dame. That's without a doubt. But everything else when it comes to the game of basketball, ball handling, passing, facilitating, I'm taking Kyrie Irving.
Facilitating, look, he may or may not be a better facilitator than Dame, but I think that's marginal because at no point has a team that Kyrie Irving led as the facilitator been good. On all the good teams that Kyrie Irving has been on, whether it be the team that got to the finals with the Mavericks or with LeBron and the Cavs, he was not the main facilitator on any of those teams. When the Nets were good and they looked like they could be an actual contender, it was because James Harden was there being the main facilitator.
I won't disagree with you. Yeah.
So one thing, Cam, you said you agree that Damian Lillard is better all time. I'm really wondering who is left off your list because you have Chauncey on your list, you have Bob Cousy on your list, now you have Kyrie. I'm really wondering who got left off because this is a very interesting start to your list, Cam. Talking about facilitators, though, I will say this is going to cause a lot of heat. This is a hot take for how low I have this player, but I legitimately...
No.
It's not who you think. Stop. I legitimately do not care. I think this guy may be the most overrated NBA player of all time just because he's great at one thing and one thing only alongside one of the best scorers of all time.
This man got John Stockton here. That's
Number 13, I have
crazy.
John Stockton.
That is so crazy.
I don't care.
You're drunk.
He's a horrible defender. He was not a good scorer. All he did was, yes, he was a good facilitator and he passed the ball, but he didn't do anything Magic Johnson-esque. And he just played alongside Karl Malone for his entire career. I don't care. I think there are 12 more talented point guards of all time than John Stockton.
This man has the most assists like ever.
I don't care.
Ever.
I legitimately don't care.
Ever.
You're watching the
Ever.
stat. You can say it 15 more times if you want.
He played in the Michael Jordan era. He's not a fruit basket baller. He's a real baller. And you have him at the bottom of your list.
Yes.
And he has the one thing that people say point guards are supposed to do, he has more than anybody else, and yet he's not a top 10 point guard of all time.
Yeah, in the same way Vince
That's
Carter
crazy.
Vince Carter is like a top 10 3-point shooter of all time. Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, he played a long ass time and he racked up a bunch of stats. And he was the only person
That's not
passing
the
the
same
ball
thing,
on a
though.
team that had Karl Malone on it.
I mean, they went to the NBA
Okay.
Finals in consecutive
Yeah.
years. Now, granted, they ran into Michael Jordan, but also
They ran into
they
Michael
won,
Jordan
but-
and he had Karl Malone on his team and he had a good deep
One
roster.
person.
Byron
Yeah, I was
Russell
gonna say,
hit
who else do you have?
wet caution,
Byron
wet
Russell?
sign.
Byron Russell, you're going to disrespect your son's great Jeff Hornacek?
No, I will never disrespect Jeff
Okay,
Hornacek, but
all right.
like you're saying, okay, yeah, granted he had Malone, but like that was quite literally the extent of it, and he still found a way. What was his final assist number? It was like 14,000.
Yes, that's pure raw stat for sure, man. You can rack up a bunch playing alongside one of the best scorers of all
Yeah,
time, even if
yeah.
he is a piece of shit, you know?
Nobody
Raw
else is like
stats.
within 4,000 of those assists. I don't hate it. I as we've been
I hate
saying,
it.
all
Sounds
the
like you
players
do
aren't
hate it.
gonna be. I don't have him that
1000%.
low. But I don't think I have him as high as Cameron does. I'm not gonna sit here and rip you for having that because you'll hear his name here in a couple minutes. But
Okay. I just think I think he's the most overrated player in NBA history.
I think that's unfair.
You look at the number of him being atop the assist number list, which I get is a hard thing to do. You have to be consistent for a long ass time, and he was. But he was also consistently next to Karl Malone. What else did he do on the court that was great? What else was he great at? Nothing.
He didn't score. What was his points per game?
Most John Stockton ever scored in a season was 17 and a half.
Are we discounting that because the assist
I'm
numbers
not-
in that season was
I'm
what,
not saying-
12?
Yeah, it was
he
great, man.
15.
It was great. It was 14. Yes, I understand.
17 and
14.
14.
He averaged 14.
Yes. What does that have to do with my?
God.
What does that have to do with my argument? You're not
averaged
listening to
7.
anything else of my argument.
That wasn't his game. That wasn't his bread and butter. So is Rajon Rondo just a janitor too? Should we just
Is
send him
Rajon
home?
Rondo
Just
on your
because-
top 15 point guards of all time?
Rajon Rondo didn't have 14,000 assists. I hate to say it.
I still put him on the list, didn't I? He's over Rajon Rondo. He's over some of these other guys. I just think he's incredibly overrated because of one statistical category and one statistical category alone.
One of the most defining stats of the position. All he did was just get everybody open and set people up to succeed.
All he did
We
was
get it,
pass
we
the
get
ball
it,
to Karl
we get
Malone.
it. We get it. Yeah. It was
right.
just Karl Malone's. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's Karl Malone. Yeah, a janitor and Karl Malone. We know.
I didn't say a janitor. He's a top
A janitor
15 point
and Karl
guard of
Malone.
all time. He's a great player, but he's overrated.
He's Raymond Felton. It's fine.
Is that who's next on my list?
My
It
bad.
should
He's
be
on
if
your
John
list.
Stockton's that low. Then Ty Lawson got to be up there if there's 12
Hey,
point
man.
guards better than John Stockton.
He might be. Don't start with
go
me.
ahead,
He
Jay.
put Chauncey at 15, okay? I'm really wondering who's on his list if Chauncey's at 15.
For my number 12, I will not be disrespecting one of the greatest passers of all time. One thing I was trying to figure out is how much I weigh success in the league versus your actual ability. It was a tough time kind of weighing the two. This guy was considered one of the best point guards in the league. He was an MVP candidate, and he got several rings. Tony Parker at number 12 is at number 12. I have Tony
Number
Parker.
12?
At 12, huh?
I'm really interested to see what this list is now.
Why are you? Hold on. Let me see why you're upset about that.
I don't have Tony Parker that low. I think the disrespect on
Oh,
Tony Parker is
wow.
kind of crazy.
Wow,
Wow, that's not what I was.
I disagree. I don't have him on my list.
Wow.
What?
He was who I was considering for 15, but I don't have Tony Parker. And look, I think he's a great player.
Clearly not.
Do you think he's better than Damian Lillard all time?
Yes.
No.
What the hell?
Wait, okay, so you don't have Damian Lillard on your list at all, Cam?
Nah, I do.
Okay, what are you?
Yeah.
So you do have Damian Lillard above Tony Parker. What are you talking about? You're getting mad at me. You just want to be mad at me for no reason. Oh my god, bro.
That's too low. That's way too.
But-
That for me personally, that's too low for Tony.
But
Parker.
it's really close.
I
for
disagree.
sure.
Honestly, Cam,
Hey,
I don't
I'm
hate
not mad
yours.
at it.
I don't
I'm
hate
mad at
yours at 12. That's fine. I think higher than 12 is a little much.
It's really not.
I think it is.
Tony
You
Parker
have
is one
him
of the
over
best
Dame.
point guards of the 2010s.
Of the 2010s, yeah, sure. I get that the finals have to be taken into consideration. The rings have to be taken into consideration. Yeah, I get that. But Damian Lillard is just a purely better basketball player.
So are we basing this off of one-on-one players or 5-on-5? Because 5-on-5, Tony Parker's better than Damian Lillard.
I disagree. I think he carried the weight. Why are you saying, yeah, you have Damian over him? Stop agreeing with him. You don't agree with him. Oh my God, dude.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And I'm not
more
gonna,
mad at Cam not
I'm
being
not-
consistent than I'm mad at you right now.
Listen, I'm not. I can't be too upset. For me, at number 12, I'm gonna go to the defensive side of the basketball. The glove, Gary Payton.
And you and I both agree. I also have Gary Payton at 12.
Here we go. All right.
It's found
All right. Me and
some
Cam got
common
one, and me and
ground.
Arman have one.
All right, found some common ground here. I think on the other end of things, I think Gary Payton is one of the most underrated players of all time.
I agree.
I think defense gets overlooked, and he was one of the best defensive players of all time, and the fact that he was able to do that from the point guard position is very impressive.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, John Stockton is definitely a better point guard than Gary Payton, but
I don't
other
think
than
so,
that,
man.
I agree with you.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Look, we're just
I
going to
do.
have to get, because this is going to be kept bringing up the whole video, so just know I think all of these guys are better than John Stockton. We can bring it up every time if you want, but that's going to drag the video, so.
For me, at number 11, I do have Damian Lillard. I do.
He was fighting me the whole time. You agree he's better than Tony Parker.
He's they're right there, right there. Like I said, it was hard to weigh achievements to what I think they were as just like an individual player. That's why I have them like right next to each other.
I'm just so interested who you left off his list, man. I'm looking and I'm like, who the hell did he leave off? My top 12, he has not said a single one of them yet. My top 12. So I'm really interested.
Mine either, by the way.
I'm very curious as to who got left off.
It's a lot harder for these the one-on-ones versus 5-on-5s because you can be a lesser player one-on-one, but also it's the schemes. Like, I don't think if you swap Dame and Tony Parker, do they have the same success? I don't think so because the Spurs dynamic was just different. They needed a player like Tony Parker and they got one.
I agree with that. That doesn't necessarily make Tony Parker a better player in my mind, but I agree that Tony Parker was perfectly fit for the Spurs and they're probably not as good with Damian Lillard. But I think that that's because teams are different. Roles on Greg Popovich's teams are different. So, that's why super teams don't always work out, even though those players are better all time. I'm not even going there. You put your hand up. I wasn't even going to go there. But we can go there. We can talk about the Suns if you want. But
I don't want to.
all right.
I don't want to.
Then let's move on to, and I think this is where maybe Cam is maybe leaving guys off. On one hand, he was being very recency biasy with the future players. Maybe he's not doing any recency at all. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm going some recency here. Number 11, I have the reigning MVP. I know he's very young, but to me, an MVP and a finals MVP and a championship gets Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on my list at 11.
I'm not upset with that.
He's still a fetus, bro. I gotta let him grow. I gotta let him.
You can't say he's a fetus when he has an MVP and a Finals MVP and a championship.
Yeah, but it's like
that's
like
more than any of these
career-
guys have. Most of these guys have accomplished.
Oh, I was gonna relax. Some of these guys have done both of those.
Okay, I said most. I said
Multiple
most.
times. I wasn't thinking Shea either.
No.
To me it was a little too early.
It's not like a Derrick Rose type, like 1 year and then he falls off. He's what is he, 24, 25?
He's
Yeah,
26.
but I need to see it again.
We saw it last year. He was great last year.
No, he had one great year. He had he has a ring and a finals MVP. Now I want to see it again. And then we went search your name.
But he had a great year last year. You had Dame on this list already. Dame
I
didn't
think-
go that
Dame's
far.
been doing it for 15 years.
Okay, but I think Dame at his peak has still been better than Shea.
What? Whoa, no. Did he ever win an MVP? What are you talking about?
His team was dog shit.
That's the only thing that was stopping him from winning MVP?
If he was first in the West, he would have won MVP easily.
But he was never going to be first in the West, putting up the numbers that he was without somebody else taking some stats away from him. Dame was never as good of a player as Shea is now, offensively or defensively.
I think Dame could average 28 on a championship team. I do.
Is that what you think Shea did?
He averaged 30.
They averaged 32.
32.
Well, also
Probably
it's
put
a
up
different
Morris.
era.
Dame's still playing in this era, by the way.
Yeah, but Dame's an old man now.
You're talking like he played like 15 years ago. His peak was like 6 years ago.
The pendulum did swing a lot in these past couple of years to how the league looks.
That's fair. So I'm like, that's why Shea's here. It's not like I'm saying like this MVP season is incredibly higher than any other MVP season.
Those teams Dame had, he could easily get to the conference finals like multiple years in the way the league is set up right now.
Did he never did. What are you talking about? That team was never good enough. And that's no fault of Dame's, but Dame purely as a talent or in how far he got in the playoffs never peaked as high as Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Not even close.
Dame was Curry light, bro. The one of the best.
Emphasis on the light. Curry is an MVP winner and a Finals MVP. So is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Whatever, dog.
What do you mean whatever?
He's got a point. No, he's got a point. I didn't think of Shea. If I should have, in hindsight, I would have had him on this list. For me, I just need a little bit more before we start talking about all times.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
No, you're saying Damian Lillard at peak was better than Shea, which is insane.
He is.
That's up there with one of your worst takes of all time.
Hey, at least you know what show we on, baby. Let's go.
I can't let that slide. I know we want to get. I can't let that slide.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Oh my god.
At number 11, I don't have Shea, although not mad at that pick at all. I do have former Phoenix Sun, although he wasn't his best when he was playing with us. At number 11, I have Jason Kidd.
That's fair. The reason I don't hate that pick is because I have Jason Kidd at 10.
Okay, so we're still on a similar wavelength because I'm going to take one of your picks. Like I said, I'm not going to give you too much gripe about it because he was coming up. At number 10, I have John Stockton.
Okay. All right. So you also think he's overrated because people put him like top 4.
No. I think he's a top 10 point guard of all time,
but
which is why I have him at number 10.
Okay, that's fair, but that's lower than most people put him. Most people put him like top 4.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to have him lower than Cameron did, but I didn't have him as high as you, which is why I wasn't going to say, like, that's why I said I'm not going to get too upset because he was only a couple spots away.
Okay. So you also think he's overrated. I'm taking that.
I don't think he's overrated.
I'm taking that.
That's where I have him. I have him properly rated.
We're cracking the top 10. Whew.
Is this hot or something?
Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seats. Because at number 10, 2 digits plus 3, that's a triple-double. That was really hard, but this is no trouble. Russell Westbrook, baby.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it.
I think there's a legitimate case to yes, like he was a great player for a little bit, but did he actually contribute to winning basketball? If that's your question,
no.
I could see him at 10.
As his peak, he was one of the best athletes, one of the best basketball players ever. I just think the success factor really screwed up his career. Otherwise, we would be talking about Russell Westbrook being the best point guard of all time and maybe not Stephen Curry.
I don't think he was close to Curry, even at peak, but
that's a hot take. This man was getting 30, 12, and 15, bro. Yeah, that's just not easy.
On the 7 seed.
No, his team was trash. Yeah, for sure. But that man was still a demon.
I'm not saying he wasn't a demon. He was not Steph Curry. He was not in conversation for greatest point guard of all time.
I'm saying if he won 2 or 3 finals, he would probably be seen in the same light as Stephen Curry.
Yeah, I mean, sure, man. If Jason Kidd won 3 finals, he would be in the same conversation. That didn't happen.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's 10. That's my point. Like if you looked at his production and the type of stuff he did on the court with no context, if I were to show you footage of Russell Westbrook, you'd be like, oh, that's a top 3-point guard of all time.
Yeah, highlights can be deceptive. I mean, that's why people still think Amani Bates deserves a chance in the league because they just look at highlights and are like,
Austin Rivers has one of the coldest highlight tapes ever assembled.
That's high school.
Didn't do anything.
It's high school.
I'm sure Brandon Knight has an NBA highlight tape that looks just as insane as anybody else's.
No, not like Russell. This man, Russell Westbrook, was baptizing people.
We know what he could do. John Wall is the same. I'm not saying John Wall is on his level. I'm nowhere close. But John Wall's the same. He had incredible highlights.
Derrick Jones Jr.'s highlight tape must be insane. He dunks on everybody.
That's okay. All right, let's just eliminate all
I'm just
context.
saying.
Let's
You're
just
eliminating
talk about,
context about like you're saying if he
I'm
just
using your
if he just
logic
won
against you.
if he just won 3 finals, he'd be one of the best players of all time.
Let's talk about Jeremy Evans then. He was a high flyer. He's the best player of all time.
If John Wall won
This is
5
your-
championships, he'd be the best player of all time.
Bro,
I can make up what ifs all day
all right.
long.
But y'all are taking it to an extreme that doesn't make sense.
You
I'm
took it to
saying
the extreme
he-
of saying if he won 3 finals, he'd be one of the best players of all time.
Yeah, because he's one of the best regular season players ever, bro. He was doing stuff that no other players can do. Like nobody has
putting up-
averaged
He's
a
putting up a
triple
bunch of
double
Nobody's
in
stats.
the
ever
modern
averaged a
era
triple-double.
as a guard.
No, not Nikola Jokic.
Nobody-
James Harden didn't come close. Oscar Robertson.
Like notice how y'all didn't hear anything I just said.
We know, but he was stat padding. We know that, and the team wasn't that good as a result of it, or maybe he had to make up for the team not being that good. You can make that argument either way.
You say he's stat padding, but a lot of the things he does is what point guards do now, like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shea doesn't
or
do that,
or
really.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Luka does it a little bit.
Tyrese Halliburton does it too.
No, he does not. What?
Yes, he does. Miles Turner runs down the court and Tyrese Halliburton gets the rebound.
Yeah,
or he
but
fights for the
Tyrese
rebound.
Halliburton is not trying to bank home mid-range shots all game long. Tyrese Halliburton, if it was better for the team, he was putting up 4 points and a half. That's not the same. Anyways, we do got to.
That wasn't on purpose.
That was because he was partially injured, but still, he's not putting up 30 points a game because he knows for his team's success, that's not what's best.
That's not why, but okay.
That is
move on.
why.
He's more than capable. He is more than capable. You don't think Tyrese Halliburton can, not average, but on any night that he needed to, go for 30?
That's not what we're saying.
Well, I'm saying
That's
he
exactly
could,
what he just said.
if he wanted to, he could average 26, but the team would be worse for it. That's what I'm saying. He would be less efficient.
I don't care. Let's just move on. To the
Okay,
next
but
one.
you're saying he plays like Russell Westbrook. He doesn't play like Westbrook at all.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. We're taking too much time.
It does. That's what you said. Okay, we can move on if you want, but I'm just
Let's
saying.
just move on.
Okay.
We don't have the time for me to make this argument right now. Okay, let's move on.
He just doesn't want to talk about it. Well, I'm interested in your number 9, Cam, because your list is very interesting.
Like me,
I don't know if that was a compliment.
I
I don't know
have
if that was a compliment.
one of the best defenders of all time. Hold on, number 9,
Ice on my neck, cost like 5K.
Big Love. In
Yeah.
case you didn't know,
In case you didn't know, he covered the wrong camera at first.
number 9.
Yeah, he covered. He did. I have Gary Payton at 12. I'm not upset to see him 3 spots higher.
I feel like I just can't put him over. I can't put him over Shea.
Well, I don't have Shea, so I did.
I
I can't
just-
side with you on that one.
I guess you guys just aren't taking the recency into consideration. To me, I think if Shea fell off like right now, or not fell off, but if he got hurt right now, I think he's already solidified himself off of this as a top 11 point guard of all time. And for what he has done in his short tenure, and on the same hand, and he's been doing it for a longer time. That's why I have Luka Doncic at number 9.
That makes sense for your list. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mine's kind of fitting because at number 9, I have number 9. It's a name that we've already said. I have Denis Bucket.
Okay.
I mean-
all right, spicy.
It would have been higher if we could have cut the Charlotte portion of his career out, but unfortunately that did happen. So, yeah. Unfortunately it happened. So, I'm sorry, Tony. And the whole Even Longoria stuff. Like, yeah, you really screwed yourself, buddy. Yeah.
I just
that's
don't get how
crazy.
you can put the worst teammate of all time at number 9.
No. Jordan's not on this list, bro.
I don't know. Having your wife taken is pretty bad. I'm surprised you put him over Jason Kidd. I'm a little surprised about that.
I mean, Jason Kidd's not the greatest Suns point guard of all time because we've yet to say his name, and you guys haven't either.
That is
really
true.
happy.
That is
That
true.
makes me really happy. Thank
I
you
mean, I
so
don't know
much
where
for
you
not
expected
disrespecting
us to put him. We know who we're talking about. He's a 2-time MVP.
it. Of course.
And we're not going to get to him yet because I don't have that MVP here at number 8. I have a different MVP. The one we just talked about a second ago, Russell Westbrook, is my number 8.
Oh, is that 2 players that we're okay, Armand?
Oh, is that we're connected?
We might be dialed in again at number 8, Russell Westbrook. Okay, there we go.
That makes sense. As we get closer to the top, we might be more in sync because in the past, that's kind of how it's been. Is more towards the
It's
top.
usually as we get towards the end. I think I tend to favor the old, or not really the old heads, but the more provens, or you give the nod
Season.
to the ones that are doing it. Yeah.
Why'd you give me so much hard time on Russell Westbrook if you had him at number 8?
I
though?
did.
We didn't give you a hard time for him putting him at 10. We gave you a hard time for saying he could have been the best player, the best point guard of all time. That's what we gave you a hard time about.
But okay. All right. Okay.
What?
You can add 3 rings to all of these players' resumes, and they all get boosted up.
They would
But
all be the
that's-
second best point guard of all time if you had 3 rings to
That's
them.
not what I'm saying. It's like a Tracy McGrady argument. Like Tracy McGrady, in terms of talent, was a top 3 shooting guard. He just didn't translate to winning.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't
But
translate
if
to
you gave
winning.
Tracy McGrady 3 rings, you would have his name in that conversation.
That's exactly
No.
the point I'm making.
Exactly, but if when we do the shooting guard list, you can lay out the entire list. If you add 3 rings to any of those names, they're all of a sudden a top 3 shooting guard of all time.
No, that's not true. If you have 3 rings to
Gilbert
John
Arenas-
Havlicek, he's not top 3.
If Gilbert Arenas is a 3-time NBA champion, is he in your conversation?
I mean,
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Yes, he would be. If he was a
not.
3-time champion, yes, he would be.
Yes, he would
No.
be.
Come on.
no.
Yes.
All right, come on. Who's you guys'
Anyway,
number 8?
number 8. I
Kawhi?
got Jason Kidd, baby.
Why'd you laugh like Kawhi? I thought you were about to say Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, Jason Kidd. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. At number 7, with the Russ at 8, I thought it was only fitting to go with his carbon copy. I know I said I didn't have too many old heads on here unless you were able to win or if you were really special to the game. At number 7, I'm going with the Big O Oscar Robertson.
Wow, that's low, man. That's low.
It's not. It's
That
not.
is-
It's not. I'm giving him his due diligence because of what he did, but at the same time, would he be that same player in today's game? No.
Where do you have Bill Russell all time? Let me ask you that.
Bill Russell is number 8.
He can't be number 8 if you're just disregarding that era, though.
I can.
Bro, Oscar is way higher than number 7 point guard of all time.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I can't do that, man. He's Westbrook, but got a championship and did
Yeah.
it over a longer period of time.
That's why he's ahead of Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
you know who else he's ahead of? He's ahead of a guy that's near and dear to your heart, who's number 7 for me here, Steve Nash.
No.
Oscar
no,
is better
no,
than
Is it
Steve
number
Nash.
7?
No,
He's at number
no,
7, Steve
no,
Nash, yes.
No.
Hey, Arman.
Oh, the wavelength
No.
here.
No. Oh, no.
We're unanimous.
You're overruled
Number
here.
No, he's
7
not.
is Steve Nash.
No,
You're
he's not.
overruled.
No, he's not.
Don't let those fraudulent MVPs fool you, bro. He's not better than
Not
Oscar
fraudulent, they were
Robertson.
well deserved. Of course, he's better than Oscar Robertson.
No,
what
he's
are we
not.
talking about?
What are we
No, he's
talking
not.
about? He's not
Yeah,
better.
what are we talking about?
What championship? What 30 points per game? Tell me when he even got 20 points per game.
Facts.
In what world is he better just because he got those
Oscar
2
was playing
MVPs
against
that he shouldn't have gotten?
plumbers. He was playing against plumbers.
I guess
wasn't
Will
playing, he
Chamberlain
was
was playing
dominating.
against. Will Chamberlain's not top 10 of all time. Bill Russell, plumber.
They were playing against plumbers, but they were special players, which is why.
And so was Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson. What was
why
he?
he's on the
The
list.
first to average a triple double. What are we talking
What
about?
are we talking
Which is why he's on the list. He just wouldn't do that against real competition. So I'm not going
You
to
have
give
to
him-
adjust for era. That's what we're saying.
I don't.
All right, then
don't.
Bill Russell is out of your top 50 then if you're not adjusting for
Yeah,
era.
he's like 100. He's
Yeah.
like
Well,
300.
Bill Russell won 11 championships. So no, he's not out of my top
He
50.
would be because he wouldn't. You think he's going up against James Harden and not having his mind blown when he sees him crossing over and stepping back?
But no.
Yeah, bro.
Bill Russell would be in people's top 5, top 4. He's not in mine, but that doesn't mean I don't respect him to not put him in the top 10.
If you
Similar
have
to
Bill
Oscar,
Russell if in your top 5, I'm sorry, I completely disregard your entire list. I do not care because Larry Bird is probably 6 for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so Nash is 7 for both of us.
Uh-huh.
So you're overruled. Big O is 7. Who is number 6 for you, Zach? I'm hoping
Very
it's
similar.
Nash.
Oh, hell no. Nash
my
is
God.
way higher than that.
Oh my god.
Very similar.
The
Very
Suns
similar to
bias,
what I
bro.
just said. It's not Suns bias. Nash is one of the greatest point guards of all time for a
Seventh
reason.
greatest. Yes, the 7th greatest.
No, very similar to Oscar. I will give him his respect
No.
because of what he was able to do.
No.
And you know this is true. He was a great player. He's just not better than the current days. I did it against tougher competition. At number 6, I do have the logo Jerry West.
I don't have a problem with him number 6. Steve Nash is not better than him.
Of course he's better than
No,
him.
he's
It's even close.
not. No, he's not.
Jerry West is a shooting guard, though, no?
I considered him. If you don't have him on the list, that makes more sense of why Chauncey Billups is on your list. I also had Jerry West a point guard. But if you have him on your shooting guard list, that's fine because he was kind of both. Yeah, it's mixed year to year. Most of the time he was a point guard.
Well, yeah, I had him as a shooting guard. That's why I left him off the list, honestly.
Okay. Let me ask you then, is he better than Steve Nash?
Jerry West?
Oh, no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he's not.
Cam,
Arman.
let me, real quick, look at the stats, please.
The same reason Tony Parker averaged 17 for his career, but it's the winning impacts.
Yeah, Jerry West also won a ton of games. What are we talking about? Does Steve Nash have a championship? Jerry West does.
Was Steve Nash's greatest competition also a substitute teacher in his spare time?
No, it was just the eighth greatest player of all time on your list.
What, Don Shula? Or
No,
what's his name?
Bill Russell. Dolph Shays. Don Shula is a coach.
I know.
Dom. Is it Dom Shula?
Oh,
Who the fuck is Dom Shula?
Brother, 4 seasons of averaging 30 points per game, then 28, 28, 27, 26, 26, 25, 25. That's not nothing. And he went to the finals over and over, and he won a championship. He's better than Steve Nash.
I probably put Jerry West over him. I'm not gonna lie.
That's mad respect to Jerry West, which is great, which is why I have him here at number 6.
I do have Jerry West on my list. He's even a little higher than this spot. At number 6, I have Isaiah Thomas. And that might be low for some people, but I have Isaiah at 6.
I had Zay pretty high. I'm not going to lie. My number 6 is not Isaiah Thomas. My number 6 is someone, particularly Arman, hates. If you pass the rock and you don't score 30, you just should go home. You should give up. No. You should never play basketball again. At number 6, I have John Stockton.
Look, that's the popular opinion, is having him that even higher. Like, some people have him 3. I'm just glad you weren't delusional enough to have him 5. So I'm.
Well, yeah, that's why I felt like I'm gonna let him slip a couple spots down because, like, realistically, if I'm really thinking about talent, he's not up there with like some of those really top guys. But you put up 14,000 assists. I feel like you should be cracking the top 10 minimum. If you have the most assists of all time, you played in one of the hardest eras of basketball, I think that should get you 6 on the point guard list.
I just don't think, and I know peak isn't everything, but didn't come anywhere close to Westbrook's peak. Didn't come anywhere close to Shea's peak, Luka's peak, even Steve Nash's peak. And Nash like lasted a long time too. But that's the popular opinion, is having him that high. I disagree with it.
Okay.
So Zach, Jerry West was your 6, right?
Indeed.
Jerry West is my 5. I feel like that's fair. I'm not a Lakers homer. I'm interested to see how high you have Steve Nash here. I'm a little worried.
Well, you're not going to get him here at 5.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
At my number 5,
he's not better than Isaiah. He's not better than Isaiah.
Of course
he's not better than Isaiah. Stop.
Of course he's better than
Bro,
Isaiah Thomas.
You're drunk.
God.
You are drunk.
I'm not.
You are drunk.
I'm not.
You
it's
are
the same thing we talked about. How good is Isaiah Thomas without Joe Dumars, without John Sally, without Bill Lambier?
Okay, how good is
He's a
Steve
product of
Nash
his
without
environment.
Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Jason Richardson,
Leandro
Bro, this dude
Barbosa?
had a- Yeah.
Well, first off, Barbosa was a role player when he played with us. He really wasn't that good.
I'm pretty sure he was putting up points, bro.
Well, Barbosa, yeah, he was a good role player. He wasn't anything crazy.
He wasn't anything crazy, but like he was really good. And like if that was the second best player on the team, I'd say, yeah, he wasn't shit. But he was like the 4th best player on the team, the 5th best player on the team sometimes. By the way, ain't shit to Zach. A role player is 18 points per game off the bench, by the way.
Oh, my fault. I disrespected Barbosa. I didn't realize he was balling like that. Are you sure?
Yes, 6th man of the
Maybe
year,
I'm thinking of
18
Rajah
points
Bell.
per game.
Maybe I'm thinking of Rajah Bell.
And Rajah Bell, thing he was known for was
nothing.
clotheslining Kobe. That's about it.
Maybe I might have been thinking of Rajah Bell stats. Talent for talent, I'm taking Steve Nash. I really am.
Bro, Joe Dumars is better than any player on that team. But if you look at their teams top to bottom, they're very comparable to each other. The only difference is the Pistons had the better player, the better point guard in Isaiah Thomas.
Also, 2-time champion.
You guys are saying all the reasons as to why I have Isaiah Thomas here at 5.
The problem isn't Isaiah is 5. The problem is he's below Steve Nash.
Yes.
That's really the problem.
Sorry, man. I don't know what else to tell you.
Tell us the truth.
Yeah.
I am telling you the truth.
You're not.
I'm telling
This is
you
the
my
bias. This is the bias. That's what it is. Your truth is literally just code for bias.
Your truth is delusion.
Yes.
I'm telling you my truth.
Your truth
Your truth is hopes and dreams.
Your truth is the Kool-Aid.
And you drink it.
The copium.
Extreme copium. But anyway, at my number 5, the point guy, CP3.
No.
I'm really wondering
No.
who
How
is
do you
your
say-
top 4?
How the hell do you follow up a statement of delusion?
Oh, I see.
And then Chris Paul's at 5?
At my number 4, I can see why you would protest with this. I had Zeke.
I can't give you
No.
Isaiah over Chris Paul. I won't do that. I know the championship, the no championship thing is what's bringing him down. I get that. And I know who your top 4 is now. I can give you 3 of those.
Yes.
I can't give you Isaiah Thomas over Chris Paul, though. I think Chris Paul's impact on the floor, no matter what team he went to, is too high for me to put Isaiah over him.
And if he had won something, I would agree. Zeke went back to back, bro. That has to mean something. And Zeke was a phenomenal player. It's not like this is like a Bob Cousy or something like that. Like, he was really like that. Like, you could throw him in the NBA right now and he would go crazy.
I don't know about crazy. He
No.
would be. He
No,
would be
he would
good.
go crazy.
He would be solid.
He would have the same impact as Patrick Beverly. What are we talking about?
No, okay,
Okay.
that's too far. That's too far.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay.
All right, look, and Zach, honestly, you might be upset about this. We'll see. At 4, I have Chris Paul. I don't know why that's bad to you. I don't know why
It's
that's
not,
bad.
but-
Okay.
It's not, but
Chris Paul's impact for me has to put him above Isaiah because no matter what team he went to, he immediately made them better. Like, immediately, unquestionably. Didn't matter if he had to change his role. Didn't matter if the team was ass. You put him on the Hornets, an ass franchise, immediately makes them a top 3 seed within a couple years of him getting drafted there. They wither away because they can't get him a teammate next to him. They trade him to the Clippers, a perennially ass franchise, a perennially incompetent franchise. They get a number 1 overall pick, bring in Chris Paul to play alongside him. They turn into a year in, year out contender, obviously held back because of the Clippers curse. You know, they couldn't get past the semifinals, but that's the Clippers curse. That's not his fault. And then he gets sent to the Rockets. Doesn't fit his role at all. Has to play next to James Harden, who is a ball-dominant point guard. What does he do? He still finds a way to impact the game in a different role and makes one of the best teams, legitimately, so one of the best teams of that era, just unfortunately had to play in the same conference as the Golden State Warriors. And that was really it. But that was legitimately some of the best teams of the 2010s. He gets shipped off to the Thunder to die. What does he do? He sends them to the playoffs with nothing on that roster.
he still had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
A 20-year-old Shea who was coming off the bench.
Hey,
Man.
Shea is Shea, bro. I don't. It
No,
don't matter.
stop this. Stop. That team was ass for the most part. That team was ass, and he took them to the
That team
playoffs.
was Chiefs. Yeah.
And then he gets. They thought he was done before he was sent there. They thought his career was cooked. And then he gets to the Suns and immediately makes them a finals contender, gets them to the finals, possibly as the most impactful player on that team. People aren't ready for that take, but possibly most impactful player on that team. And then makes them a number 1 seed in the West before the wheels fall off.
And then the Suns do what the Suns do. That's a
Well, that's out of
conversation
my
for
hands.
today.
That's out of my hands as a fan. That's the franchise's decisions.
But that's why I have him at number 4. But I still do think there are 3 better all time.
I don't think there are 3 better than all time, which is why at number 4, he finally gets Steve Nash.
Okay.
Oh my
Two-time
god!
MVP, 2-time MVP, beat out an 04-05 Kobe, beat out an 05-06
He didn't
Shaq.
though. He
Or
didn't. He didn't.
Fraudulent,
He did.
fraudulent.
Call it fraudulent,
Fraudulent.
whatever you want. The people that watched
was
the NBA
fraudulent.
and the NBA voters that year saw something to give him a 2-time MVP.
Yeah, the
and
NBA
see
writers
what
that
he
were not
no,
wanting
no,
to give
no.
it to Kobe because of the scandal. Yes. Yeah, that's
and
the reason
simply-
why.
and kind of going back to your Chris Paul take of would have got to the NBA Finals if they didn't play in the same conference. The Suns would have been in the finals if it was not for goddamn Kobe Bryant and being in the same conference as the Lakers.
Because Kobe was unarguably the better player.
And Steve
Yeah.
Nash for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Even
you're
in that
not going to
season.
need an argument out of me.
Even in that season where Steve Nash won the MVP.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Oh,
in the
yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
in
But
the playoffs for sure, Kobe was a better player in that series for sure.
and in the regular season,
Not the regular season.
Yes, he was.
Not the regular season.
Average
Because
thir-
Steve
average
Nash was the
36.
most valuable player.
average 36.
That was cute. That was cute. He didn't average 18 and 12. Steve Nash did, and I was an MVP worthy season. So,
15, by the way. 15.
well, same thing.
No.
Yeah, same thing. 15, 18, 36. Same thing. Same thing.
35,
much the same thing.
24. It's all the same thing. Drunk. Anyway, but now at number 3, the Big O. The man who did it first.
Yeah.
Triple-double, baby.
And that's the only place he could be for me, obviously, with him still on the board for me. Big O is number 3. Zach, you can shake your head all you want. You can be an old head disrespecter if you want, but he is the third best point guard of all time. It is.
I'm not disrespecting. I didn't have him at number 15. It's not like I left him off the list. I have him at 7.
Having him below Steve Nash and 4 spots below Steve Nash at that is considered disrespectful.
It's really not.
It is.
I give no disrespect to Oscar Robertson. Like I said, the reason why I have him on this list and not the Bob Cousy's of the world, because I don't think Bob Cousy could play today. Do I think Oscar Robertson could? For sure. And I will give him his flowers for that. Just don't think he was better than Steve Nash. But I digress. And we'll move on to number 3. I don't know how you can make a top 3 point guards of all time. I'm not mad at 4, Arman. I think it was a little low. But at number 3, for the same reasons you said, I do have Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's fair. If it was Chris Paul 3, Oscar Robertson 4, I wouldn't have a problem. It's just Oscar Robertson is 7.
That was too long ago, man.
Whatever, man. Oscar to me is better, but I think that's interchangeable to me. So having Chris Paul 3, I'm fine with. And I considered it. Ultimately, we all knew it was going to come down to this. The top 2 are the top 2. They are solidified. If that wasn't the case, we would have had a big problem. But we know the top 2 names. It's just about the order at this point. The order at this point is up in the air. And we've had conversations about this. I can't remember what video it was, but we've had conversations about this. Who wants to start?
I'll go first. I want to go first. I'm going to say my number 1 because that'll fill in number 2. The greatest point guard of all time. I don't care. The greatest point guard that has ever touched a basketball is the greatest shooter that has ever graced this planet. It is Stephen Curry. There's no debate about it.
There's clearly a debate because we both have Magic Johnson. I'm speaking for Cam, but I'm pretty sure
you are correct.
Okay.
Yes, I do have Magic.
Magic is still the greatest point guard of all time. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yes.
Steph is number 2. Steph is number 2 on our list, obviously, but Magic is better. So for you to say there's no debate is crazy.
There is a debate. Okay, I will take that back. Of course there's a debate. For me, it's Steph Curry, bro. I'm sorry. It's the same way that you can sit here and say, oh, John Stockton was just passing it to Malone. Well, Magic was just passing it to Kareem.
No, it's not the same thing. Because Kareem was like at the decline. He was like Miami Shaq. Like he was still great, but he wasn't nearly what his peak was.
That's fair. That's a good pull. I like that analogy. And that's true. Especially for the end parts of Magic's career, Kareem was basically dragged along for those rings, and he was still finishing on top. And if it wasn't for obviously the thing that cut his career short, Magic.
We're talking about eight. If you don't know,
the YouTube video might get flagged. I don't want to say it.
Oh, okay, my bad. Not it.
It wasn't a.
It wasn't a.
Just more bleeps. Just more bleeps in there.
A undisclosed health condition.
He had a lot of cuts on his hand and lots of Band-Aids. Lots of Band-Aids cut his career short. I am stuck on Band-Aids brand because Band-Aids on me.
Y'all are fucked up, bro.
We're talking about Band-Aids, YouTube. Band-Aids.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. All right, I'll give you that one. That was really funny.
That was good. That was good. Well, if it wasn't for that one bandage brand, Magic would have continued that great pace that he was on because he retired on top. Even not considering what could have been, he's still the greatest point guard of all time for what he accomplished in those 11 years.
It's the same reason when we talk about the greatest player of all time, I'm never upset when somebody says Jordan.
No, now
I just don't agree.
That was my take for a while, for like 2 years ago. At this point, I am mad if people say Jordan and not LeBron. I am mad.
I'm not upset. I understand it, and I get why.
I understand
for
that
me,
they're LeBron haters.
And this isn't me being a Magic hater, because it is a 1A, 1B. To me, Steph Curry's 4th ring solidified him as the greatest point guard of all time. Now, he got the first one, and he won 2 with Kevin Durant, and it became, well, he can't win without him again, and he did. Against Arman's favorite team, Boston Celtics, that he doesn't like to claim, but he really is a Celtics fan.
No.
That ring is what pushed him above. But I understand the argument. I'm not upset with Magic Johnson at 1. I just don't have him there.
If he had done more without KD, maybe, or if he gets one more championship in the future,
Yeah.
I'll say Steph is the best of all time. But right now,
Yeah.
can't do it.
Can't do it.
That's fair.
And,
That's fair.
And then, like you said, like 11, 12 seasons, however much it was, this man basically won every other season that he played. If you average it out,
He won one his rookie year, didn't he?
One as a rookie
Yeah,
when
he won his
Kareem got
rookie.
hurt and got
Yes,
hurt,
he
couldn't
played
play Game
center.
7. He played center because he's a 6'9" point guard, point god.
And he would be the equivalent to Ben Simmons today.
Yeah, for
okay,
sure.
let's stop that.
Yeah,
Let's
couldn't.
stop that.
Yeah, when the 3-point line became the meta, he couldn't have worked on his 3-point jumper, right? Wouldn't have
I
worked
don't
on his
know.
3-point jumper at all coming up for sure, man. Yeah.
That jump shot was awful.
Bro, Magic was literally LeBron light, and that made him the best point guard of all time.
Yes.
No.
You just don't know who Magic Johnson is then. If you're saying
I know
you
exactly
don't.
who Magic Johnson is. I'm a big Band-Aid fan. I know exactly who Magic Johnson
All right,
is.
man. All right, you're just gonna keep disrespecting
I'm not.
disrespecting
not
people with
disrespect.
with diseases,
You are.
man. We gotta end this. You're gonna end up canceling us. All right, let us know who had the better list down in the comments section. Join our Discord if you want to fight people about it on the Discord, because I asked them. I told them we were recording this video, and they've been going at each other's throats about it. So weigh in there if you have some opinions on the our point guard list, or if you want to bring up somebody that was too high or too low. There'll be a poll on the Discord as well. Let us know who you think had the best list, and also, give us your takes for the shooting guard list that will be coming up in a future video.
Very soon.
Hit that subscribe button if you want to see that video. Make sure to like this video. It would really help us out. Leave us a comment. It helps in the algorithm, so we'd really appreciate it. And yeah, bye.
East.
I am stuck on
No,
Band-Aid.
no,
No,
end it,
no,
end
no.
it.